Hello, have a good day. Today I am going to teach you how to draw bending moment diagrams and shear force diagrams. Let's start with the simply supported beam. My first example is simply supported beam. With the point load or concentrate load. You know what a simply supported beam is because I have teach you in my earlier videos in this regard. So now I'm not going to teach you that much, but it is not that much important here. So I will teach you in another lesson what a simply supported beam and cantilever beams and overhanging beams are. So let's wait until then. So please, if you learn something, don't forget to subscribe me. Let's consider this simply supported beam. You know there is a roller support at one end and the other end there is a pin end. This is a pin end, this is a pin end and this is a roller support. You know, when we apply a point load or concentrated load here equal to W. Here we consider unit Newton or kilonewton. Newton or kilonewton. We don't need that units here. So let's consider W. Due to this load W, this beam tend to bend like this. You know, it tend to bend like this. Due to this bending with the applied load, within the beam it creates shear force and bending moment in the middle of the beam. So those are called internal forces. So now we are going to find shear forces and bending moments. Those are internal forces. But before we find those internal forces, we have to find external forces. Let's see what are the internal forces. So I'm going to compare with this beam and this beam. You know, this is a cantilever beam. This is a cantilever beam. Cantilever means one end is fixed, another end is free. This kind of beam is called a cantilever beam. So if you and also you think that we load here at the end of this beam, so due to this load there will be some external forces, because this system, two systems, this is the first one, this is the second one. Those systems are in equilibrium. Therefore, due to this W load, there will be external forces to cancel these forces. You think that due to this support, there may be reaction in upward direction. Let's consider this point as A, this point as B, here this point C, and this reaction is equal to RA. Let's think this reaction is RB. Let's consider like this. This load acts at the middle of this beam. Beam length is L. From here to here length is L over 2. And also there may be in here as well, there will be a reaction in upward direction to balance these forces. And also you know that due to this here, due to this point load, it tend to bend like this. Here this 0 and bend like this. And also you think that there may be horizontal forces. Here XA, here XB, and here XC. And also due to this you think that here there is a rotation. Here there is a rotation, let's think this theta, and rotation is, let's consider theta, and also here as well you think that theta dash rotation, let's consider like that. Therefore, to prevent that bending, to prevent this bending, there will be a movement like this here, and here as well. And what it is very important to think in this way. That's why I am going to teach you like this. So then you consider this simply supported beam. I told you that there is a roller support. There is a roller support, and here it is a pin support. Therefore, due to this roller support, this it can move free in this direction. There is a degree of freedom in horizontal direction, DOF, degree of freedom in this horizontal direction due to this roller support. Due to this roller support, don't be worried about those things. I will do another lecture on degree of freedom. So in that case, you will be able to learn everything in this regard. But here I am going to teach you the only things which need to solve this problem. So you consider this. Therefore, in here it is free to move in this direction, horizontal direction. Therefore, no, this xa is equal to 0, xb is equal to 0, no horizontal forces here. And also in you consider this second system, it cannot move horizontally because this is fixed end. Within that fixed end, this is a fixed end. Fixed end, it cannot move. Therefore, this xc is not equal to 0. You have to, there is a horizontal force as well. And also in upward direction, you consider this upward direction, there is a downward force here in system 1, is called W. Therefore, to cancel this force W, there should be this RA and RB reaction. Therefore, RA and RB reaction cannot be 0. It is okay here. And also here is the same, there is upper downward direction W, therefore RC also cannot be 0. And you think that you this a simply supported beam. In here there is a pin end, and also in this roller support there is a pin end here as well. Roller support means this at the end there is a pin end. So in simply supported beam, at two ends there are pin ends. In such ends, movements are 0. That means in this pin ends, movements are 0. Therefore, this movement will be 0. This movement will be 0. Therefore, only force here is the upward direction RA and RB. But here it cannot be 0. This movement is not equal to 0. There is a movement. Then what you have to remember is, in simply supported beam there is only upward direction forces. But in cantilever beams, at the fixed end there is a horizontal force, vertical force and movement. But you think that in here this angle is theta. This angle is theta. Because there is an angle, this theta is not equal to 0, but it is greater than 0. But here this theta is 0. You think that due to this load, it tends to bend like this. This shape is like this. Therefore, there is a due to this pin ends, no against movement here to these rotations. That means in this case there is a rotation in downwards like this of the beam, but To prevent that rotation, there is no movement acting at these ends. Therefore, this theta will not be 0. But here, you think that this is a fixed end, due to this force, it tend to like this. You think that it tend to, this is a fixed end, it tend to like this. You think that like this, due to this load, it tend to like this. But in here, it's a fixed end, it creates a movement like in upward direction like this. Therefore, it cannot move like this. It moves here. This movement 0. This angle is 0. This angle is 0 and tend to like bend like this in this shape, like this shape. Therefore, this theta is equal to 0. Therefore, there is a movement here. Because this theta is 0, in here theta is not equal to 0, therefore there will not be any movement here. It is free to rotate here with this load. In here, it is not free to rotate with this load due to this fixed end. Therefore, there will be a movement here. So, likewise, we have to find those forces. So in this case, we don't need this one. It is for your knowledge only. So then, before you are going to draw that bending moment or shear force diagram, you have to find this RA and RB. You know that in a system is in a equilibrium. When a system is in a equilibrium, you can resolve those forces in upward direction and equate them to 0, and resolve those forces in horizontal direction and equate them to 0. And so you can take movement at any point of the system and equate those forces to 0. Likewise, you can get three equations, and by solving those equations, you can find these external forces, not internal forces but external forces. But solving this kind of equation, you cannot find shear forces and bending moment diagrams in this system without applying the theories I am going to teach you now. So then likewise you can resolve the forces. In here, it is not necessary to resolve the forces horizontal direction, because there are not any forces in horizontal direction. Therefore, it is neglected. So therefore, in upward direction there are forces. In upward direction we can resolve the forces. In upward direction, RA is positive. In upward direction we consider it is as a positive force. Therefore, it is positive in upward direction, and also RB is in the same direction, it is also positive, and W in downward direction, it is negative. It is equal to all the forces in that direction has been considered. Therefore, it is equal to 0 due to the equilibrium of the system. So therefore, RA plus RB is equal to W. This is the first equation. You have to keep remember that there are two unknowns. Therefore, you should have two equations to solve this equation, to find this RA and RB. You know, in mathematics, if you have three unknowns, you should have three equations. If you have four unknowns, you should have four equations to solve those, to find out these unknowns. In here you have two unknowns, therefore you should have two equations. Now you have got one equation here. Then you can get another equation by taking moment AOB. You can take moment with respect to point A or point B. But then that is the second equation. By solving those equations you can find RA and RB. But here I am not going to take another equations by taking moment here, because this is a symmetrical system. That symmetrical axis is this one. So therefore you can think that this is a symmetrical loading system. Therefore RA is equal to RB. This is my second equation. RA is equal to RB. Therefore you have two unknowns, two equations, then you can find RA is equal to W2 and RB is also equal to W over 2. And also in this case you have found that RA and RB. Then I want to tell you another thing. So let's think that this is a simply supported beam we considered, and you think that there is another pin support here. Therefore, but in that case as well, this is movement here. Movements are zero and no horizontal. We cannot not due to this vertical load. No horizontal forces, and here RA, here RB, and if this we consider this point as C and RC, there are three forces in upward direction. But you think that you have to find these three forces. Then what you have to do is you can resolve upward direction and take first equations and take movement at AO, BO, C point, and you can take second equation. But you cannot get third equations here. In this case you cannot find this RA, RB and RC in a usual way, taking movement or resolving the forces in perpendicular directions. So likewise in this case you cannot find this RA and RB and RC. There should be additional information to solve this RA and RB and RC. In this kind of structures we call statically indeterminate structures. These kind of structures are called statically indeterminate structures, but in this kind of structures are called statically determinate structures. Statically determinate structures. So don't be worried on those things. You have to remember you don't want to keep remember those things. I will teach you in this regard while I am doing the lesson degree of freedom. You don't worry on those things. So let's move to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams. So before we move to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams, we should know the sign convention. So let's consider if we draw a shear force diagram, there is a sign convention. Let's consider if this is let's consider this the beam. This here pins N. This roller support here. This is a load W. Due to this W load, the section divided into two. This and the section in the LHS side and RHS side. We measure X from here. Let's consider this X from here. So therefore, due to this W, this simply supported beam divided into two. Therefore, we cannot consider the whole beam together. Therefore, we have to consider this LHS section and RHS section separately. So Therefore, if we then from here to here, shear force diagram, we draw shear force diagram. X greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to L over 2 in this section. First we consider LHS section, this section. But in this here, from here to here, we measure X here. Then we let's consider here this X. We break this beam here like this. Therefore, due to this break in this pin section, there will be shear forces and bending moment, internal forces. We have to consider sign convention. We consider equilibrium of this side, this section. In this section, we consider equilibrium of this section. That means in this section, Therefore, what we do is, here you get upward force RA here. What we do is, to find the sign of the shear force, you put finger at the section where you cut and consider forces on that section. Let's consider only there is one force, it is RA, and it seems like creating a clockwise bending movement. Clockwise, that means this force seems like creating a clockwise bending movement in this direction. In such cases, we consider that shear force, not the shear force, as positive. You think that we consider if there is a force like this, let's consider this W is like this. We put here your finger, and you think that this is a downward force. It creates a anti-clockwise movement. So this force seems like creating an anti-clockwise movement. Therefore, this shear force is considered as negative shear force. Likewise, we consider that sign convention. So therefore, let's consider bending movement sign convention. So let's think that from here to here X, here RA. In this case as well, we put finger here, and due to this load, you consider due to this load, this beam tend to bend like this. With respect to this finger, this beam tend to like this. That means in this like this is a sagging. This is called sagging bending movement. Sagging bending movements negative ring minus. Sagging bending moment minus. If you think that there is a force in downward direction like this, put your finger here and consider this force. Due to this force, this beam section tend to bend like this. The shape is like this. This is hogging bending movement. Hogging bending movement, it is positive. Hogging bending movement positive. Then what I'm going to tell you is, if the shear force is clockwise shear force, it is positive. Anti-clockwise shear force, it is negative. And sagging bending movement is negative. Hogging bending movement is positive. That's the sign convention. Before we draw this shear force diagram, let's consider this beam. It is better to draw those diagrams under the beam like this, because it is easy to understand. This is the middle. This is 0. Here it is L over 2 middle. This L. This is also 0. L over 2. Here it is L. This shear force diagram. This is a bending moment. This is the bending moment diagram. So in this case, you have to, in here you consider here X, you break this beam here and put your finger here and consider this forces at left hand side. So we consider only this section, because due to this load W, this load W, this beam divided, this beam is divided into two. Therefore, we have to consider these two sections separately. So first one is from 0 to L over 2. In here, in this section, we cut here and consider forces for shear force. So in here, this is RA, shear force is equal to, this is RA. It seems like creating a clockwise bending movements. W over 2, it is clockwise, therefore it is positive. It's positive. You have throughout there, and so you consider here from up to 0 to L over 2, there are no loads within this beam. Only this W over 2. Therefore, shear force is W over 2. It is constant throughout this beam. W over 2, it is positive. W over 2, because there are any loads between this point A and this middle point. And in here, then the second section we consider L over 2 and less than L in this section. So therefore, you consider in this section. Therefore, in this case, X is from here to here. We measure X from here to here. Let's consider now, if you are having a simply supported beam like this, in here one W here and another W is here, you have to divide this section into three. This is one section, and this is second section, and this is third section. You have to measure from here X, here X, in here X, in here X as well. So therefore, we consider this X from here to here. Now this X is greater than L over 2. This means X lies, this point we consider cutting point lies within this section. Therefore, in here you can consider this equilibrium of this section as well to find shear forces and bending moment diagrams. But it is easy to consider this section because we measure X from here. But if there are lot of sections in left hand side, it is better to consider this section to find the shear forces. But it is only this W here, therefore we consider this section. So therefore shear force is equal to, it is when in here this is it X comes to here, in this case to within this section. Therefore we put your finger here, consider forces left hand in this section which is considered for the equilibrium. So in this case, this is W2, you know, here in above equation we took it as positive because it is clockwise, it creates a clockwise bending moment. But you think that there is a W force downward direction. There is another force here. Earlier we didn't get this W because we considered this section only, but we consider now here this section, therefore we get this W. So therefore this W act in a downward direction, you know, it seems like creating an anti-clockwise movement. Therefore this is minus. So therefore when summing those, when adding those things, we get minus W over 2. It is constant. There are no forces here from here to here. So therefore minus here minus W over 2. This is the shear force. This is the shear force diagram. So then let's consider the bending moment diagrams. When we consider the bending moment diagram, it is also the same. We consider the same sections considered when we calculating the shear force and shear force diagram. In here, this is X from 0 to L over 2. We consider the equilibrium of this section, this side equilibrium of this section at LHS side. When we consider bending moment force, we consider the forces here. Here it is, there is a force W over 2, and we have to, now we are finding moments. Therefore we have to multiply this force with the perpendicular length. In here from here to here length is perpendicular length is equal to x. You think that due to this is then this is the movement, bending movement. You consider this bending movement due to this RA in upward direction, the beams tend to bend like this, This is the sagging bending movement. This negative sagging bending moment. This is negative. So you think that it is there is a linear variation here, minus W over 2 is a linear variation. It is similar to the equation y is equal to mx. This is the equation of straight line which go through the origin. So therefore this there is a linear variation. When we apply from in here, we get x is equal to 0, the minimum one. We can substitute for this x. Here we get bending moment 0, and the maximum x value is L over 2. We substitute x is equal to L over 2. We get bending moment is equal to minus W L over 4. In here at L over 2, here minus W L over 4. Minus W L over 4. It is minus bending moment. So therefore then we can consider the other section. L over 2 x is greater than or equal to L over 2 or L. So in this case, here we consider from here to here x, we measure x here and consider the equilibrium of this section. So consider this force here, bending moment. There is a force only RA, it means W over 2, and perpendicular length from here to here we consider x. This is sagging bending moment. You know that as earlier it tend to bend like this. It is sagging bending moment. It is minus, and here there is a W force. And you have to multiply by the perpendicular length. So therefore perpendicular length is this length from here to here, and from here to here it is the length is x, from here to here L over 2. Therefore x minus L over 2. This length is x minus L over 2 because from here to here x, from here to here L over 2. The load W acts at the middle of the beam. So therefore, and this bend due to this force, this beam tend to bend like this. This is a hogging bending moment. Therefore it is positive. That bending moment positive. Then you can solve this equation. Here Wx over 2, here Wl over 2, and the minimum value we can substitute for x is here in this inequality. You can consider x is equal to L over 2. When substitute x L over 2, you get bending moment minus WL over 2. When x is equal to maximum x is L, you get bending moment as 0. So therefore at L it is W0 and it's L over 2. You get this WL over here, WL over 4, in here as WL over 4, and this is the same value here. So therefore this is also a linear variation. Y is similar to y is equal to mx plus c. It's a equation of straight line which does not go through the origin of the origin xy plane, origin of the xy plane. So therefore this is it vary like this. It's a straight line. This is negative. Then you think that we have completed the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Therefore what you have to keep remember is in at the end we get zero bending moments. I told you earlier, these are pin ends, therefore movement is zero. That's why here bending moments are also here zero. And you consider that, you think that I told you this loading system is symmetrical. This loading system is symmetrical, and this shear force diagram is skew symmetrical. Skew symmetrical. Bending moment diagram is symmetrical. You have to keep in your mind, if the loading system is symmetrical like this, shear force diagram is skew symmetrical, bending moment diagram is symmetrical. But the other way around, if the loading system is skew symmetrical, shear force diagram is symmetrical, bending moment diagram is skew symmetrical. So that's the one important thing that you should keep in your mind. Let's consider the second example. The second example is cantilever beam. I told you a cantilever beam, there is a fixed end and there is a fixed end here with a point load here W. So there are vertical forces RA, X, Rx and movement here. Let's consider this section from here to here. It is better to draw shear force diagram and bending moment diagrams under the beam like this. It is very clear. Then so let's measure X from here. I told you earlier example, we have to find these external forces first, but in cantilever beams you don't want to find those external forces, because it is not easy to find those forces. Therefore we consider X from here and we consider the equilibrium of this section. In earlier case we consider the equilibrium of, we measure the X from here and consider the equilibrium of this section. But in cantilever beam we consider X from here and consider the equilibrium of this section, because we don't want to find these unknowns. If we consider the equilibrium of this section, it is easy to draw the bending moment diagrams if we consider the equilibrium of this section. So in this case you think that from here to here there are no loads, only this W load acting at the end of the beam. Therefore you can consider the whole beam together. We do, because you don't get any middle loads, so therefore we can consider the beam together. If you are having simply cantilever beam like this, and there is a beam, another load at the middle of the beam, you cannot consider the whole beam together. You have to divide this section and this section, the beam into two sections, and then you have to find the shear force and bending moment diagram. But here there is not a middle load, therefore you can consider this whole length together. So let's consider this total length 0, X is greater than or equal to 0 or L. This length is L. Then you consider the equilibrium of this section. Shear force, when we consider this section, this is clockwise shear force. You know that this clockwise shear force, due to this load, it creates a clockwise shear force. It is W due to its clockwise, therefore it is positive. Therefore it is constant here throughout. There are no any loads between these two ends. Therefore only this W is constant throughout the building, throughout the beam. This positive shear force is equal to W. And bending moments we can consider as whole beam together, because there are no loads between two ends, therefore bending moments. We consider the same section considered earlier. So due to this W load, the perpendicular length here is from here to here L, here to here X, length is L minus X. This length is W into L minus X. You consider this is hogging, it tend to bend like this. Hogging, it is positive. This is positive bending moment like this. In here as well, we consider the X minimum value, X is 0. When X is equal to 0, bending moment is equal to W over L. When X is equal to L, maximum length, we can substitute those values. Bending moment is equal to 0. This is also linear variation from here to here. This is here WL bending moment. Bending moment is this is the shear force diagram. This is the bending moment diagram. From here to here, linear variation. This here it is 0. That is positive as well. So this is the bending moment and shear force diagram for a cantilever beam. This is the second example. Let's consider the third example. Third example is simply supported beam with a uniformly distributed load. Uniformly UDL, with the UDL, we call it is UDL, uniformly distributed load. So you know consider this simply supported beam. Point A, point B, here it is. This is the uniformly distributed load. It is the intensity is W. You have to take into consideration the units Newton per meter or kilonewton per meter. Newton per meter is considered as Newton per meter. That means throughout the building, the intensity of this load is W Newton per meter. So yes, here in this point reaction is RA and here RB. You think that here this is the beam, then this W acts downward direction throughout the building like this. And if you want to get the total load, you have to multiply this intensity by the length of the beam. So when we consider the upward direction equilibrium, RA plus RB is equal to W total W load. W Newton per meter length, total length is L. Let's consider this L is in the unit of meter. Therefore you have to multiply this W into L to get the total load. And also this you think that you consider this system. This system is also symmetrical because there are any no middle point loads, and if you consider this system, it is a symmetrical one. Therefore RA is equal to RB. Therefore you WL over 2 here, RB is also WL over 2. If you don't get any, if you have a is not symmetrical, you have to take the moment with respect to any point A or B to find the second equation. In here it is easy because the system is symmetrical. In later examples I will you can clearly I will tell you how to deal with such beams. So in this case, the shear force, bending moment diagrams in here as well. you have to consider, you can consider whole beam together, because there are no point loads here, and from here to here the beam is uniform. No, beam is uniform. That means I mean that there are no any point load on in this section. If you are having point load here and point load here, you have to divide the section into three. From here to here one section, here to here one section, and here to here another section. In here you don't get these forces, you only get this uniformly distributed load. Therefore you don't need to consider you don't need to divide the beam into sections. Therefore you can consider the total beam together. So let's consider x greater than equal to 0 or less than or equal to L. The shear force here, you consider x from here, and you cut the beam here in this point and put your finger here. Then consider the equilibrium of this section. Consider this all the forces at your left hand side. So first one is you get RA, that means WL over 2. Due to this force, you think that it creates a clockwise shear force, clockwise in this direction. Therefore it is positive. And there are another load here. That means this, due to this UDL throughout this length x, you get the force W into x. Because this uniformly distributed load is over this length x. Therefore if you want to find the total force, you have to multiply the intensity by this x. Therefore total length is Wx. You consider it is the direction of that total force is downward direction total force. Therefore it creates a anti-clockwise shear force. It is minus Wx. The sign is minus Wx. Then shear force diagram in here, it is also there is a linear variation. You can substitute is equal to 0. You get the value WL over 2 shear force in here when x is equal to WL over 2, and as well then x is equal to L. The maximum value you can substitute here is L. Then you substitute shear force is, when we substitute here, L minus WL over 2. That in that case we get minus WL over 2. Here you get plus WL over 2. That means here plus WL over 2, here minus WL over 2. There is a linear variation. Therefore, then you want to find this point. Here 0, here L. How you can find this length from here to here? What you have to do is, you have to, in here you know that shear force is 0 because it cuts this axis, 0 axis. Therefore you have to equate this shear force to 0. You equate this 0, and what you have to do is, here WL over 2 minus Wx is equal to 0. Then you can cancel this W, x is equal to L over 2. Here this x value is L over 2. Likewise you can find this point. And another thing you have to keep remember, this loading system is symmetrical. As I said earlier, shear force diagram is skew symmetrical. This is the middle of the beam. Then you have to find the bending moment diagrams. You have to consider, in this case as well, you consider the whole length of the beam. Whole length of the beam from here to here. So let's consider the same point and consider the forces. Bending moment is equal to, in here upward, WL over 2. WL over 2, and you have to find the with the perpendicular length. Here, from here to here, this length is x. This length is x. And the direction is, you have to, if you keep your finger here and consider the direction. Direction is not the direction. It due to this, you put the finger here, and due to this force, it tend to bend like this. This is sagging bending moment. Therefore, it is negative sagging bending moment. It is negative because it tend to bend like this in upward direction. The shape is like this. This is negative bending moment. Then there is another force here. This force, due to this W load. In here, total value, this length is W x. Total force is W x throughout this x section. This force acting at the middle of the beam section x. You think that this is the x, length x. This is the length x. It, all the forces, uniformly distributed loads with intensity W acts throughout this length. Therefore, total force is equal to W into length x, Wx. It acts at the middle of this section. That means from here to here, x over 2, here to here as well, x over 2, at the middle of this section. So therefore, we have to multiply with the length from here to here. Length is x over 2. It acts at the middle of this section, x over 2. We have to multiply this here, x over 2, and it creates bend like this. This is shape is like this. It's hogging, that is positive. Then you get the equation minus WL over 2x plus Wx squared over 2. You know that this is a parabolic variation. Parabolic variation. In here you can get bending moment when x is equal to, you can substitute x minimum value x0, when x is equal to 0, bending moment is equal to 0. The maximum value of x is equal to L. Therefore, at that point as well, bending moment is 0. In here, bending moment is 0 and bending moment is 0. And there is a parabolic variation. And I earlier said that this loading system is symmetrical. Therefore, bending moment diagram is also symmetrical. So due to this symmetricity, you can draw this diagram like this, because of considering symmetricity and with the parabolic variation. In here, this is the maximum value of the bending moment. You get due to this symmetricity, this length is x. X is equal to L over 2. You substitute this x value L over 2 here, you get WL varga over 8. WL varga over 8 here. WL squared over 8. You get maximum value here. You can draw that diagram considering that symmetricity. And also you can get this x value by differentiating this equation. You can differentiate BEM, bending moment, with respect to dx. When we differentiate this equation, you get minus WL over 2 here plus WX over 2. WX here, WX, because for this 2 it cancel for this one, so therefore WX over it, therefore we get minus WL over 2 plus WX. Then if this is 0, we get maximum or minimum. Maximum or minimum, because we have this minimum value here. This minimum value is minimum, but bending moment here is maximum one you get. The in a parabolic variation, this is the minimum value. Therefore, when you can equate this one to 0, then you get x is equal to L over 2. That means in this point is L over 2. Then what you have to do is you get this point, then substitute this here, this x value as L over 2, then you get WL squared over 8. Then let's consider the final one. Final one, cantilever beam with the, this is the fourth one. Cantilever beam, cantilever beam with the uniformly distributed load. You think that this is a cantilever beam. This is the cantilever beam, and same W uniformly distributed load throughout the L. In this case as well, we draw the bending moment and shear force diagram at the below this loading system. So in this case as well, we consider x from here, but we cut the section here and consider the equilibrium of this section, not this section, because if you find this section, you have to find this moment, horizontal force and vertical force. It is very difficult. Therefore, we don't get any external forces in here, only the force due to this W, but that will not be a problem. So we consider this equilibrium. In this case as well, we can consider whole beam, because there are not any point loads in the middle of this beam. So therefore, shear force diagram is equal to this. Intensity is equal to W, length is L minus X, because this is, we consider this section, right hand side, this length is X, full length is L minus X. You consider then at the middle of, as I said earlier, at the middle of this section, at the resultant force, this resultant force, it creates a clockwise shear force that is positive. This is also linear variation. No, there are no loads in between these two ends. Therefore, when it's minus value, minimum value x is 0, then you get WL. We substitute shear force WL. X maximum value is L. You get 0. So in the linear variation, here 0, here WL, this positive. Linear variation you can draw like this. And then that's the shear force diagram. Then you want to draw bending moment diagrams. In this case as well, you have to consider the that same section. We can consider the whole beam together, because the same reason as earlier. So you consider this length. You have to get the bending moment of the forces. So the only force you get is the force due to this W load, that is W minus L, W into L over X due resultant force of this W load throughout this section. This is it acts, as I said earlier, as I said earlier, this load at the middle of this section, this length is L minus x, this length is at the middle of this section, the resultant force, it acts the resultant force L minus over 2, this length from here to here, and also this length is also L minus x over 2. Therefore, the perpendicular length is L minus x over 2, and it creates a hogging. You consider this force W, it due to this force, it tend to bend like this. Hogging bending moment, it is positive. It's equal to W L minus x squared over 2. When x is equal to 0, you get W L squared over 2. When x is equal to L, you get 0 bending moment. That means here W L squared over 2, shear force diagram, bending moment diagram, and here you get 0, and in here as well you get the parabolic variation, because here you get quadratic equation of x. Therefore, it's a parabolic equation, and you get this kind of variation. And but in here, this is the loading system is not symmetrical. Therefore, you get this in here 0, and here this value you get this parabolic variation like this. Parabolic variation here like this, not that much. Then to like to downwards in here, this not, it comes to at the end it comes to 0. This is not a linear variation, it's a parabolic variation like this. So I think now you have learned a lot of things on shear force and bending moment diagrams. In my next lesson, I am going to teach you how to draw shear force and bending moment diagrams with both uniformly distributed loads and point loads, this kind of beams. It's a cantilever beam, and you consider this the simply supported beam. This is a simply supported beam with the uniformly distributed load and a point load. In such cases, you have to deal in the same way. Let's see those things in my next lecture. Until then, take care.